Hello, I'm urologist Omer Erdamakaya. Today I have prepared a short video presentation on whether erectile dysfunction is psychological or organic. What does make us think it's psychological? If the patient's sexual functions demolish suddenly or stop completely. If he is under 30 to 35 and has no diseases like diabetes, cardiac disease, blood pressure, or goiter, if he has no story of drug use, then we might think that it is psychological. Answers to some questions help us to decide whether it is organic or psychological, like, does he have any problem with his partner? How is his erectile quality while masturbating or when he changed his partner? Also, how his morning erections are helping us. There are also some civil trials. In those cases, they apply to universities about this. For example, in rape cases, the male may claim that he has no erections. Or sometimes, women can say that they want a divorce because their partners don't have an erection. We use the NPT test, the nocturnal penile tumescence test. It's a device that evaluates night erections. While testing in this device, 2 hoops-like bracelets are put on the penis and the patient sleeps. Throughout the night, the patient's erections, counts, and length are evaluated. This gives us information about if it is psychological. Also, it lets us document the situation and evaluate it objectively. But unfortunately, in severe psychiatric cases, this NPT test may result in negative. I had some cases. For example, a patient was calumniated and has serious psychologic trauma, even served in jail. He had no sex for the past 3 years. When he was out of jail and about to absolve from guilt, we started the treatment. His trial ended, and he was absolved of the guilt. His hormones and testosterone values were very low. Slowly, in those 6 months, they came to the normal level, and the last time I saw the patient he said that he had great erection quality and gained a sexual acceleration. My other patient, his child got a serious sickness 2 years before that. The patient had erectile dysfunction for 1 year, but he told this detail about his child after a long talk, and he realized that his erection quality got bad slowly after that. He also knew the problem. Also, another patient I saw was missing his child so much after his divorce. And he has some complaints like he had no pleasure with the women he had intercourse with. It was obviously psychological because there are a lot of details in life and they affect people seriously, they turn into obsessions. Another patient couldn't make his collection and was so obsessed with this fact. And since he was so obsessed, he took 2 antidepressants from the psychiatrist. And with antidepressants, the patient's complaints got really bad. When he came to me, he was so dull, he couldn't speak, and his actions were slow. I sent him back to psychiatry, and 1-to-1, 5 months after he quit these antidepressants, he came back to me. He was pretty well. He had his mind clean and his sexual problems were solved. So, how do we know if it's organic? When it's organic, complaints of the patient get worse and worse day by day for years, and the patient notices them. These patients are usually over 40 to 50 and may have some additional diseases like cardiac or blood pressure or diabetes. Apart from that, other medicines the patient use may also have an effect. The patient may tell us that he has fewer morning erections. These make us think that it's organic. There are a lot of details that let us know if it's psychological or organic. But whether it's organic or psychological, the treatment methods are not very different. And behind every organic erectile dysfunction, a psychological one appears. What I mean is, if the patient has organic erectile dysfunction, his erectile dysfunction problem gets worse and worse inside with complaints of loss of self-confidence, embarrassment, and agenesis. So, when the patient has this problem, the best thing to do is to get professional help and support. But generally, in our country, people tend to have treatment from their friends, relatives, or even herbalists. But when professional help is taken, a better result is much more achievable. I say this in all videos, even changing lifestyle increases health quality, indefinitely erection quality. There might be a lot of reasons for erectile dysfunction and a lot of treatments for it. Thank you for listening, with all respect.